Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, and the White House continue to march closer to a stimulus bill. Stay tuned after the bumper for more information.
Get the money. Get the money.
We know that the deal that Nancy Pelosi has continued to push for has been roughly $2.2 trillion. And all indications from the White House indicate that their deal is about $1.9 trillion. In a recent interview, Speaker Pelosi indicated that the major sticking point has been on tracing and testing for COVID-19. Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin has indicated that the White House is willing to capitulate on some of the language in the bill in order to get the deal done. This past Sunday, Nancy Pelosi indicated that the deadline for a deal to get done before the election is Tuesday. But we all know this is just an arbitrary date. All sides want a deal, and many Americans desperately need a deal. Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi has been receiving lots of pressure from her Democratic colleagues. And more recently, she received a lot of pushback in an interview with Wolf Blitzer. In her letter to her colleagues this weekend, she indicated that she was optimistic that a deal would be done. And yes, we've heard this before. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell plans to put forth several pieces of legislation slated at passing a stimulus for businesses, the unemployed, and for schools. We all know that the deal is dead on arrival if it makes it to the House. Speaker Pelosi has indicated that there will be no standalone bills. And it's not even proven that this legislation would make it out of the Senate because without Democratic help, there are not enough votes by the Republican to get such legislation passed, even in the Senate. Senator McConnell has indicated in the past that he would support any deal that is approved by the White House and by the Democrats. And for good measure, President Trump has indicated that if a deal is approved by the White House and by the Democrats, that he could get the Republican Senate to approve the deal as well. Here's what you need to know. A deal is imminent, especially now that if checks do go out, they would go out after the election. And this was one of the things that I'm sure Nancy Pelosi wanted to make sure is that checks did not go out before the election with President Trump's name on them. Also, Speaker Pelosi would have less negotiating power once the election has been concluded. This is because the president-elect would now take center stage in any stimulus package deals. And finally, President Trump needs a stimulus bill passed in order to bolster his re-election bid. Expect continued talks and hopefully a deal in principle this week. Much of the language needed is already in place because of the negotiation that has gone back and forth between the Democrats and the White House. The House could be voting on a bill as early as next week. Once this is done, the deal will go over to the Senate where hopefully it will be approved, and then it will go to the president for his signature. Even if all of these things occur, it's more than likely that checks won't be available until a week or two after the election is over. If you like information like this, please hit that like button, please subscribe, and please hit that notification bell so that you can get future videos like this. As always, thanks for watching and get the money.